Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahmakumaris. Welcome, Sister Shivani.
Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. And our topic today is again, happiness unlimited. Sister, I wanted to share with you again, I've been reading so many things, and here is something very interesting. We've been speaking about peace and happiness, and here it says, what comes first? Peace or happiness? Could you be at peace if you're not happy? The answer to these questions depend on your idea of happiness, on your idea of happiness. So I want to ask you something about this. On whether you get happiness from external factors or from within. Sister, one more thing. Someone else says that it is written in some book, I believe, that the mind is fickle, like a fast galloping horse. And the only way to control it is by involving it in good actions beneficial for the welfare of all. You want me to read it again?
I've understood it.
These two things here, I need your help to make me understand.
Peace. When you're at peace, you will be happy depending on what is your idea of happiness, whether you get happiness from outside or from inside. A belief system that one, outer happiness, and the other, inner happiness. Need to stop and check. What is outer happiness?
That we've been speaking in so many episodes about outer happiness.
So it's not outer happiness, it's outer stimulus using which I create happiness. Happiness is not something physical.
I like when you say, I create happiness. And I've never heard you saying, which gives me happiness.
Yeah, because it's a belief system which is fixed now after a lot of
I
experimentation.
wanted to catch you, but I couldn't. You again said, I create happiness. You're so sure about it.
Because then you see, you will also be sure very soon. Just experiment with it just for a week. At every step, when you're happy, when you're hurt, when you're upset, just step and ask, who's creating this? I am. Situation could be anything, stimulus could be anything, but who's creating it? I am. And the more we are aware of it, we understand that we lived all our lives saying, you are responsible. Whereas all the time it was, I was creating it. So that is the awakening. And that is the awareness that I am creating it. Now I'm just going to see how I can change what I'm creating. It's my creation. So now earlier in life, I would feel very powerless because you are responsible for my happiness. You are responsible for my hurt. So I would keep waiting. Please talk nicely to me. And then I would be scared. Will they always keep talking nicely to me? What if tomorrow they don't talk nicely to me? Then I will not be happy. Dependency, so fear. And the minute we understand I am, life becomes very sure. There is no insecurity. There is no fear of the future because everything is happening here. So situations could be pleasant, not be so pleasant. People could be pleasant and could be not so pleasant. But what I have to create here, once I know I am creating, no fear. I then only have to take care of one person, and that person is me, so it's very simple. If I had to take care of other people, then it's a little scary. The other thing that you just read out was that the mind is very fickle, and fickle means it's not in my control, it's just going on, running. I cannot streamline.
Like a horse, galloping horse.
Like a horse. So if you want to train the mind, do some good act which is benevolent for others. Now, question mark. Mine is not in my control. It's like a horse. And when it's very fast, then quality is not very nice. See, when you're peaceful, the mind is very slow. When you're worried, thoughts are very fast. When you're stable, speed is slow. When you're fearful, speed is fast because it happens very fast. If not, then what? What if this, where, why, how? It's very, very fast. It's peaceful, it's very slow. So if my mind is fast, that means the quality of the energy is not right. And now I'm saying, do a good act, which is for the benevolence of others. Benevolence is not in the act. Benevolence is first in the energy that I send out while doing the act. Again here, by saying this sentence that if the mind is running like a horse, do an act which is benevolent for others, which will control the mind, then we are again saying, do something outside which will help you to be peaceful.
But either ways it works, no?
It works provided
Supposing I am in a bad mood, okay, and I start dancing. Suddenly put on music and loud. It changes my mood.
it deviates your mind for the time being.
No, but it comes back. Even from within, the whole mood, that anger, the thing, it at least settles down.
But if you have not resolved it in your mind, these are unresolved
But
blocks.
it's easier to resolve then, after you put the dance from outside, and your mind inside is at least not as agitated as before. So at least you can take a better decision, or you understand.
But
the
the
power of
minute-
understanding improves, no?
So every time there's a problem,
Oh, I'm not telling you that every time we dance. I'm telling you that even outside in also works to a certain extent.
outside in works to the extent that for some time you're able to, like suppose people used to tell us that if you're angry, drink water,
Count 10.
count 10. Do you think at that time, anyways, we said it was an involuntary action. We don't even realize when I say it.
I know.
At that time, if I can think that now I need to stop and drink water, I wouldn't even get angry.
So that means then you've got to be so aware.
Basically, why the water and why the counting to 10? Just so that you're aware of your thoughts.
Yeah,
But if I was aware of my thoughts, I wouldn't get angry.
that's what I was going to say. If you're so aware, then you forget counting. You
Yeah.
would just be aware.
Yes. So these are only, little things which are given to us so that we can pause, take a break, and work on my mind. Like you said, that if I dance for some time, at least my mind will be now in a better position to understand. So you've just given your mind a little gap. I'm upset with something, but instead of confronting you right now, I take a little gap. Now what is that little gap for? So that I don't
Good and
confront
bad.
right now, I postpone it, I postpone my reaction. The internal reaction is there, but I postpone my external reaction, I resolve the issue internally, and then I decide how to respond. The difference between a reaction and a response. Reaction, automated, not in my control. Response, think, understand, then respond. And that's why we try and have those time gaps. But sometimes, mostly in fact today, the reaction is so fast, where's the time gap?
I remember when I was in business that so many letters when I used to write in anger in the night after I closed down my office and keep them for tomorrow morning to post, I never used to do it. I used to tear them off.
It's like saying the mind is at a very fast speed. So postpone your reaction till the speed slows down. See the situation in a different perspective, and then you might respond in a different way. This is what we are trying to do right now. And what we are trying to do here is slow down the speed of the mind throughout, constantly.
Constantly.
Yeah, 24/7 again. Let it be at a slow
Again, you
speed.
go back to awareness.
Yes, because if you're
Thought.
aware, the speed is very slow. It's like a child. You have a child playing in the room there. You're not looking at the child. The child will do whatever the child wants. He's dropping things, breaking things, playing with things. Now just stand in the corner and watch the child. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. Just watch the child. He'll absolutely become okay. Just watch
I
anyone.
to watch this child so much, but it finds some place and escapes, and I'm with it. Okay, I go all the way to London, America, and happiness and unhappiness, and that fellow said that to me, and that my sister did that to me. Then I realize, oh, I'm lost again. Then I'm aware.
That's the journey. It's not going to happen in one day.
It's not
That's
easy.
the journey.
I mean, I'm not going to...
Is it possible? Are you being able to do it?
Yes.
That's all. If my child has not been disciplined for the last...
Somewhere my mind doesn't like it, that this kind of an exercise.
A child never likes to be disciplined because it's used to running around wherever it wants, doing whatever it wants, and suddenly we're going to say, I am going to take charge of you now. Now you're going to do only what I want you to do.
Oh, a strict teacher is going to come from tomorrow morning.
Absolutely.
And nobody likes it.
Yes. But then very gradually, the mind will get comfortable with this way of thinking because it's going to be at ease. Even the mind is tired now. You know, it's been running at a very fast speed.
Do you
It's
think
tired.
it wants peace?
We don't want peace.
The mind also.
The mind is me. I want
Tell him
peace.
to keep quiet on its own, no?
Yeah, it's my mind. Nothing is happening from outside. Again, we want someone else to...
off, like you switch off the engine of a car, switch it off and at least rest.
If we're not even able to switch it off when we're, fast asleep in the night, forget in the daytime. We need to understand why the mind works like this. There are certain influences on the mind. You know, we've heard about positive thinking. We've been talking on this program about positive thinking. And yet, negative and waste thinking comes very naturally. What are the factors that influence the quality of the thoughts? There are 3 factors. In any situation, at any time, whatever thought I create is influenced by 3 factors.
Past experience?
Past experiences. If I've had an interaction with you before, if I've done business with you before, I have a past experience. So every time I think of you, my quality of thoughts will be based on those past experiences. If pleasant, nice thoughts, not very pleasant, different kind of thoughts. So past experiences, very dominant influence on the quality of my thinking. Second, information. Everything that I take in from my sense organs. I read, I watch, even I eat. Everything that's going in has an effect on the mind.
And what I've read, watched.
Everything.
Even that.
Everything. Everything that's going in. It's like food. Everything that I eat determines the quality of this physical energy of the body.
We meant to say with all the senses, eyes, ears, nose, taste.
Yes, everything. And
All
that's
that
why
works.
they say to capture someone's mind, just engage all their sense organs. That's what media does. Engage all the sense organs.
We do that in movies.
Yes, you're just engaging the sense
Music, audio,
organs.
visual, sound, this and
Absolutely.
that story.
Because that's what dominates the mind. Just engage all the sense organs and the mind is totally there. So information plays a very important role. Now, first thing in the morning, the mind is very clean. Good rest of 6 hours of sleep, clean, packed up the previous day's thoughts, fresh, ready to create, ready to absorb. And now, first thing in the morning, what we read is the newspaper. And today, not even the newspaper, the news channels. So it's not only just print, it's visual.
Audio, visual, both.
So the impact. And then we are reading and we are watching and we are listening about terror, about violence, about natural calamities,
And
about
drinking
accidents.
tea and breakfast along with that.
Along with that. So fresh mind, blotting paper, ready to absorb, and there goes violence, terror, enmity between countries, all those things gone in. This is what this father did to the daughter, this is what the son did to the mother, this is what's happening in the world. There was this young boy going on the motorcycle, knocked down by the bus, met with an accident, died on the spot. Read, it's all going in, filling it in. The blotting paper is all absorbed with this quality of information. As the information, so will be the thoughts. Information is the food, thought is the energy. Junk food, what's the energy?
Junk energy. So information is the food, and through your ears, through your senses.
You know, food like what I eat will create the energy of the body.
Yeah.
I don't sit and see where is it gone down, now the digestive tract, now the small intestine, now here, nothing. I just have to take care what's the food I eat. If I've eaten the right food, I'm going to be physically healthy. And if I've not been eating the right food, My physical immunity system is going to crash.
So that means whatever is going in through the media, through TV, through surroundings and everything, whatever we are eating or capturing, taking in, it is. It depends. Our thoughts, further thoughts, are depending on this also.
Quality of the thoughts. Negative information will give rise to negative thoughts. That's definite, because it's the raw food that I've taken in. We saw the entire process plant. The thoughts are creating the destiny. That's the plant. That's the mechanism inside. But what's creating the thoughts is the raw food, which is information. So if I want to take charge of my thoughts, if I want to change the quality of my thoughts, I will have to change the quality of the raw material that goes in. That's information. First hour and a half, 2 hours of the morning, the absorption power of the mind is very high.
Like you're hungry, food.
First,
you
breakfast.
Need early morning.
Breakfast has to be very important.
We haven't eaten from 12 hours, 14 hours.
And now the first 2 hours in the morning mostly are with the media, and which we are listening and reading and watching only everything that's negative. And then we're saying positive thinking. From where? How is it going to happen? And then tonight, if my child hasn't come back home on time and his phone is out of range or switched off, I will say it's so natural to think that he must have met with an accident. Why should he meet with an accident? I need to ask myself, why am I creating a thought?
What kind of energy we're sending into the universe?
Yes, but suppose you have to wait for half an hour or an hour and you have no contact and you just can't trace your child. How pleasant are the thoughts going to be in that 1 hour of wait? Or any situation like that. And then we'll say, isn't it natural to think something like this? How can I just sit back and say everything will be okay? It's natural to think like this,
but
because
why
I feel that.
Think the other way around, that he must have met a friend, or he must have gone for a movie, or he must have been having lunch.
So how often are we able to think that someone is late because something nice must have happened? That's a question mark. Because negative thinking comes easily, because that's the food that I had eaten. Even if we start this simple practice, let's not watch news or read newspapers early in the morning. A simple practice can bring about big change. Protect yourself. Do not fill yourself with
so much of junk in the morning.
It's not even junk, it's toxic.
Toxic?
Yeah, it is toxic.
Because then you cannot blame situations, because you yourself are...
See, a situation is a trigger. The information which is filled inside, this trigger will come. This triggers that information, and the quality of the thoughts will arise.
But what you said, if I go further on that, first you take wrong information or bad, negative information. Then you start thinking negative. Oh, my child might have met with an accident. But he's gone to the bank. Why is he so late? I hope there's nobody who put a gunpoint there and taken money from him. I hope no robbers have taken. Okay, even if they've taken money, I hope they leave him. I hope they don't kill him. And then when he comes home, first thing you pounce on the child and say, why are you late? What happened? Do you know how much I care for you? I was worried. I rang up the police station. I sent the uncle. I sent my staff behind you. So much.
Why do you pounce? Because in that 1 hour of wait,
you've been creating all, in your imagination, all.
Yeah, and the stimulant has just come and we think he is responsible for all I created. So there it goes. And how much toxic energy we have created in that 1 hour of wait. Damaged myself, sent vibrations to that person, and spread it to everyone around me in that 1 hour. And then we say, isn't this natural? It isn't. This is not natural. Natural is, he has not reached, I am not being able to contact him, situation not in my control. Let us always see immediately what is in my control, what is not in my control. If situation is in my control, take charge of situation. But if situation is not in my control, there is only one thing which is in my control.
But what is so big about it? Situation, control. He's come late. He's late. Maybe he'll come later. Must be.
It's a small thing, but the same equation applies.
Why don't we make
See, again,
think
it will not
smaller instead
happen
of-
at that time. It will not happen at that time because the food that I have filled was of that particular quality. Past experiences are of that particular quality. I've seen it on the road. I've seen accidents. I've heard about accidents from people. I heard so and so, this and this happened. And then I read it this morning and I have been reading it every morning. So this is all filled in. Now at that time when the stimulus triggers to create a different quality of a thought, it's not possible.
But tell me one thing, why is it easier to create a negative thought or to get these things
It's
easy?
not easier.
Then
It's
why
only
is
popping
this
up
thing easier and not the other way?
because this is what I
For this,
felt.
you've got to take workshops, you've got to watch my program, your program, our program. They've got to work so hard to erase these kind of things from...
No, you don't. You just have to fill the different kind of information. There are so many people who've been watching Awakening now for the last few years, and they do it daily. It's a daily dose of positive, pure, powerful information. Everything about myself, I'm listening, I'm taking it in, I'm just filling it in. Not even doing much. Everyone watching is
watching.
just filling it in.
Powerful, organic, pure food.
That's all, and it's changing the thoughts. It's as simple as that. That when I changed the quality of my information, the thoughts changed, the way I responded changed, my destiny changed. And I was doing it. Each one was doing it. No one else can do it for me. But every day that I was filling negative information, I was doing it. I have a choice. And then people will say, but what do we do? The newspaper comes first thing in the morning. But I have a choice what time to read it. So let's just postpone it. Let's take this one resolve today. There'll be big change. Postpone the newspaper and the television news to the later part of the day. And
instead-
substitute it with something very pure and powerful. A simple step. Change your morning breakfast diet for the mind.
Mental diet.
Mental diet. It will make all the difference. So one thing is in the morning and one thing is just before going to sleep. What do we take in just before going to sleep? Today it would be television serials,
Horror things. from the
horrors,
night, yeah.
fiction, movies.
And why do they keep adults and all those horror only late in the night? Because...
Very damaging, but not
and
only for the
as if
children, for
no,
everyone.
They say for adults, as if adults can take it and
It's not about
digest
what
it.
we can take it. We can take it. We can watch it. But once I watch it and I've gone to sleep, that's my last layer of information. So will be the quality of my thoughts during the night. The first layer of information in the morning influences my thoughts during the day. The last information before I go to sleep influences the quality of my thoughts in the night.
So, sister, can we do one thing? We've been doing so much meditation. Why can't you give us a meditation right now? What for the evening?
For the evening, one thing
before we
is,
go to bed. We
yeah,
can
but
do some
before
kind of a
that,
meditation.
after we watched the television, whatever we want to watch, whatever we want to read, 10 minutes to read something very pure, powerful and
Okay,
positive.
let's make that also a part of meditation.
But I have to read it. I have to fill in the information first. Because if I just sit to create positive thoughts, I won't be able to do it. I've just watched something very violent.
Read something spiritual.
Yeah, anything I choose for myself. Read, watch, listen, whatever. I'll have to change the last layer of information. Then once I finish reading, now sit back and reflect on that.
Okay,
But just watch a violent movie and then say, let me now meditate, will not happen.
So 10 minutes or 15 minutes first you've got to
Read,
or watch.
yes.
Or
And
maybe a DVD.
unpack
Yes.
what has happened for the day. That's very important. Let's not sleep with unresolved issues. Check the day. Situations had come and there were times when I did not respond in the right way. People write their diary or their chart, but we'll end up writing about the situation. So-and-so said so-and-so such a thing to me. This is what happened. No use. Waste of time, energy. This happened, not important. This is how I responded.
Okay.
And this is another choice I have.
I responded like this.
This is another choice I have.
I have another choice. So next time this happens, I'm going to
So
respond
this is
in this way. I'll
reprogramming.
try my best. So there's no worry and no tension.
Absolutely.
And no stress.
Yeah.
It happened. It's over. Now from next time, I will try my best not to do it.
So this
You should take
it
easy.
with love, yeah.
Yes, for our love
Yes,
ourselves also.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's sit back. the body relaxed just before going to sleep. Let me look at the day. An entire movie has passed, scene after scene, with a lot of actors around me, acting according to their script. Let me not get entangled into the situation, but as a detached observer, just watch myself playing the role and just focus on my performance. Let me not look at the other actors in the scene, be judgmental or comment. No, I'm looking only at myself. My response and my script in every scene. And now, as an audience, as a detached observer, let me ask myself, was there anywhere, any scene that I could have performed differently? Did I have another choice to the way I was writing my script? Let me play the scene again on the screen of my mind. Same scene, but a different me, a different script. I am programming my mind and preparing my mind to a more powerful and a positive response for the next day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.
We always thought that anger internal is natural, so we created external measures to postpone our reactions. But if we take care of our thoughts, we will not create even the thought of anger. Our thoughts are created based on our past experiences and the information that we take in through our sense organs. The first few hours in the morning, the absorption power of the mind is very high. We need to take care of the quality of information we take in. To protect ourselves from creating negative thoughts, we need to avoid newspapers or news channels early in the morning. Let me try a new way of living. To be able to create pure, powerful, positive thoughts naturally, let me begin the day with reading or listening to pure, positive information. The last layer of information at night influences my quality of thoughts while sleeping. Let's finish the day with a few minutes of reading or listening to pure information. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask, or want to know your nearest Raj Yoga Meditation Center, write to us at awakeningwithbks@gmail.com or call us on 09999744555.
Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has constituted a committee under the Transport Minister of Rajasthan, Yunus Khan, and all state transport ministers to submit a report on a bill to make fair